The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are for information purposes only. The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are not intended to replace professional medical, psychological, legal, or investment advice. It is the intention of the author of the Sun Sign News that the daily horoscopes be used in conjunction with one's own common sense and, if warranted, the advisement of a professional and licensed physician, psychologist, attorney, or investment advisor. Welcome to another edition of the Sun Sign News. Today's horoscopic reading is for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023, calculated for sunrise, Eastern Standard Time, and beginning with the sign currently occupied by the sun, Cancer. The sun officially enters your sign at approximately 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and with that brings the summer solstice, or the first day of summer. From midday on, you should be experiencing some sort of physical and emotional release from tension, and may even feel a bit revivified. Additional stellar influences can assist in your finally putting to rest some long nagging emotional issues. On the downside, with all this feeling great about life stuff going on, there will likely be an inclination to overspend and overindulge. Hey, we're not telling you how to live your life. We're just telling you what the stars may incline you towards. If you want to blow your diet and your budget, that's your business. In the case that you do choose to cast off all restraint and have a really good time, we say cheers. Lastly, in athletic pursuits, you should have plenty of zip, but there may be the tendency towards overconfidence. Leo. This is another one of those days when you need to make sure your big old lion-like personality doesn't rub the whole damned world the wrong way. In other words, Leo, the stars say that you may have an inclination to come on a little strong today. And why wouldn't you? From our analysis, we can clearly see that there is the potential for someone to make you feel as though you're being undermined, and that lowlife may in fact actually have worked to undermine you. But blowing a fuse and making a huge scene is not going to work in this case, and actually it's going to make matters worse. Looking at the stars, the best strategy here is to restrain yourself, pay attention, and wait until you have all the facts, and then it's time to pounce. Like a lion in the grass waiting for a gazelle. Plus, there's a bonus here in all this. You have friends and allies. Virgo. People from your past may offer something valuable to you now in both your working and personal life. So pick up that phone and make some contacts. Caveat: avoid people who are prone to fanatical outlooks on life. As the day's additional stellar influences do have the potential to leave your sign feeling a little emotionally down today, the last thing you need is some sort of fervent harangue. Libra. Not everyone is an athlete, or even athletic at all, but for those Librans who are, this first day of summer is one during which you can count on your strength, speed, and agility being there when you need it. Go for the gold. Adding to that, and whether it is work or profession or your personal life, it's looking like a good day overall, with the potential for romance scoring high for this evening too. About the only real warning that comes with this day is the need to be careful when taking on any new debt. Think it over carefully first. Scorpio. A little tension with your significant other may start the day. Here's something that jumps out at us. That source of tension may originate with your significant other's friends. But by noon, things should be shaping up nicely, and it looks like issues with work, and in particular, the fair division of labor, may be working themselves out in your favor. For the more athletic Scorpios, during the earlier part of the day, let's say prior to noon, you should have plenty of strength, but the potential for strains and sprains is a little high, so be careful. In the evening, it looks like you can push yourself towards victory with a little more confidence. Tonight, the forces of love and life's pleasures are on your side. Sagittarius. About the only thing that can screw up this day is you, and the only way you can accomplish that is by putting your foot in your mouth sometime during the early part of the day. So don't do that. Instead, focus on having an entire day during which you can either excel in the workplace, or in the case you're involved in athletics, put in a top performance on the track, field, court, or in the ring. Oh, we almost forgot to mention romance. Yeah, that should be going your way too. Capricorn. It's another one of those days for your sign when you must guard against miscommunication. Today it begins early and fades out around noon and involves those who are closest to you, like especially your significant other. Aside from that, and throughout the day, you should be able to work really well with anything that requires a group effort, as well as clear up any past issues regarding the fair division of labor and responsibilities. But the best stuff comes tonight, Capricorn, and in the form of potentially mind-blowing romance. Lastly, athletes, you can expect a lot from your body today. Aquarius. Aside from the potential for some minor scheduling conflicts in the earlier part of the day and lasting up until about noon, we're having a hard time coming up with any legitimate cause for warning. It's looking like work and personal matters should be sailing along smoothly throughout the day, and that the potential for creative expression, adventure, and the enjoyment of life's pleasures is really high. And there's a bonus. Whether single or attached, romantic matters are receiving the same stellar blessing. Go have some fun. Pisces. Set out to strike a fair balance between your work obligations and your personal life, and you have a very good chance of accomplishing that today. But it would be best to wait until after the noon hour to put into action any sort of plan you come up with regarding this, the reason being that the channels of communication will be optimal later in the day. After that, the day should yield positive results through into the evening. Aries. While your intuition may be sharp as a tack, hold off on any luxury purchases, gambling, or speculations until after the noon hour. Prior to then, you're likely way overconfident. After noon, and when you've managed to muster some impulse control, your judgment should be sound. Tonight, you can pursue fun in whatever form you prefer, and romance has the potential to leave you smiling until Sunday. Regarding sports and athletics, guard against sprains and strains during the early part of the day. Taurus. The day could begin with some issues involving household expenses or some other thing that families like to quarrel about. This stellar influence fades out around noon, so don't let it set the stage for the day. Afterwards, you are likely to find the solutions to those very same things that were potentially quarreled over in the morning. But you know what's great about today for your sign? While it only lasts for about a day, Taurus is getting a sort of happily ever after stellar influence. So until about noon on Thursday, your home is your sanctuary. Cheers. Gemini. So the day could possibly begin with a few stressful words between you and your significant other. Forewarned is forearmed, right? So likewise, if you prepare for some sort of nonsense to be going on in your workplace today, you could possibly have a leg up on them by having a strategy already in place. So from our best estimate, it looks like the aforementioned potential nonsense can come in the form of some big-mouthed, arrogant, money-hungry jerk making some sort of move that could potentially deprive you of what should rightfully be yours. And then the noon hour comes, and all this cosmic BS fades into an environment of positivity, creative expression, and flowing communications. All's well that ends well. If you have enjoyed the audio version of the Sun Sign News, we ask that you give us a thumbs up and even subscribe to this channel if you are so inclined. That will help keep us on the air and delivering a daily dose of cynicism and sarcasm wrapped in a supercharged daily sun sign horoscope. And remember, don't blame us.